Okay, so before I start this, RuinsMagus, I should probably preface this with some preliminary information because VR is fairly tricky. And I've never really summed it up before when I've done my VR streams. But I am using, in case the developers are watching this, I'm using an Oculus Rift CV1 in Steam VR. And there have been cases in other games where the game forcibly goes to Oculus mode rather than staying in Steam VR mode. And hopefully I can actually capture this game in the first place, which is a fairly tricky thing to do. I am capturing my Oculus output directly, so there shouldn't be any problems. But that means that I'm actually not going to capture the game mirror that the thing is going to generate. Hopefully you can hear me just fine because I actually can't see Twitch chat at the moment. And hopefully this thing will support the Oculus controllers because it should. Let's hop in and try to review this thing. Give first impressions and all that. Demo number 20 out of this Steam Next Fest. Those logos, that logos are kind of binded to my headset. And now it's not bound to my headset. Okay. So the reason why this game stuck out to me when I was reviewing the list of demos is that it says this is a full-fledged JRPG in VR, which is nice. You know, like we still haven't. Oh, that's a bit loud. So we haven't really had any full games of genres other than first-person shooters yet. So this is a nice menu, actually. I think it would help if that was just a little bit lower. But a full-fledged options menu, that's nice. Let's see if I can press B for back. Yep. Serial code? What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. So like I'm quite fond of UI and UX, and it's something I concentrate a lot on. But VR is still like a mystery to me. Like I'm having these lines, like I don't actually see where my hand is. It throws me off a bit. It's kind of inconsistent in games at the moment. Really love that background art. It's multi-layered. Posture, sitting, standing, height. It's a little bit hard for me to read there. I think having this menu just be a bit closer, like, because at the moment it's from my perception, it's like I'm looking at the wall from the other side of the room, and the resolution of my Oculus is not that high. It is the CV1 after all, so even though I can read it, it is a little bit difficult for me to read that it says 5.74 feet there and 175 centimeters, which doesn't sound right actually. That should not be right. I'll just leave that at default though. Don't worry about the height really. Control. I don't understand what this means. Viewpoint angle. I don't understand what free means. I think the de facto terminology at the moment is snap turn and continuous turn. I'm going to assume that this is actually snap turning. Not sure what free means, but hopefully I can open the controls later. Language. Ooh, we have Japanese and English. Cool. So like in other VR games I've seen, like it's nice that there's a posture setting here, like a posture section here. Oh, I can't quick click. Okay, those aren't arrows. Okay. There's no... It's nice to have a posture category. But I think in some others I've seen that, you know, there's like an auto height thingy, like an auto tune. That way you can automatically adjust to your arm length and your standing height. Honestly, calibration is tough. So yeah, my main criticism is actually just in this feeling a little bit too far away, more than anything else. And that's not really a deal breaker. That is, though, there's no space between the word new and game. Okay, let's be serious here. Let's press new game. Beta, easy, normal, hard. Let's press normal. Okay, that's interesting. What's this meant to be? Oh, that sign is really high up. That's weird. So, like, I have 4 arms, and, like, it looks like there's, like, invisible upper arms attached to my torso, but it's kind of throwing me off a bit. It's having these 4 arms move realistically to correspond to your real life arm would be kind of tough, but it's definitely not following it in this case. It's kind of assuming what my arm length is, too short. I think it would be nice to have different, like, this is something that shows up in the Steam system menu as well, but having different ways for this menu to bind to your hand would probably be very useful. Because at the moment, when I twist my arm like that, I don't want it like that. So that's throwing me off, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on. Cool, we've got Oculus controllers in the diagram. Oh, we've got automatic blinders. Okay, so that's a motion sickness option I actually like to turn off straight away. But there's actually nothing here. Oh wait, no. Yeah, there we go. I'll just turn that off. That wasn't actually in the main menu. And now those are actual arrows that work. Okay, so pressing Y opens that menu. That's snap turn. So I don't want snap turn. Viewpoint movement. Free. So that's okay. So free is continuous turn. Bit of a terminology inconsistency there. Not really sure what the de facto really is. I'm just thinking of Half-Life Alyx, to be honest. Let's try blink skill. Specify the direction with left thumbstick. And press left trigger. Huh? Oh, there's no cursor, so I just move and I blink forward. So it's just a dash. So it's just a dash. But the vignette, oh, there is a vignette when there's dashing. Okay, that's actually, I'm not gonna like that. I turned it off deliberately for normal walking. Use the Ganslet. That's a typo. Activate with the trigger off. Very nice low frame rate anime-esque. Oh, the cursor there. So I don't throw it, I shoot it. You can only stick a little bit of the auto in the gauntlet. Is this the... I can't grab it. Lower your right hand close to your waist. This might be a subjective thing, but I wonder if that might be better if that was mirrored and facing away from you. But I don't know. Press trigger and right grip at the same time. You can use 2 more magic. Molotov and Thunderdome. It's time for the Thunderdome! Press right grip and swing the right hand to release the grip. Oh dear, everything's on fire. That's a throwable fireball. Molotov. Okay, so they have some Japanese there by accident. 2 types of magic can be used by switching between them. Tutorials! This is taking a bit too long. Pressing the right thumbstick. Hmm? You can use various items beside magic. If you want to attack, use grenades. Come on. I know it's a demo, but hopefully they'll teach this more like naturally. Move your right hand close to your chest. Keep pressing the trigger or the grip button. Oh, I just grab it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it just went through the wall. Okay. Oh, how strong is my hand? That's a really strong throw. You can use a potion. Move the right thumbstick up. Hmm? Oh, so right stick down is insta turn. That's okay. I don't want that. But right stick up is potion. See, that has realistic physics. Yeah, the grenade didn't. Oh wait, no. What the hell? Was it because of the flick? Ah, okay. The hand flick like that. Okay. What? What am I missing? What did I miss? Let's learn about Pally. Pally? What's Pally? Shields. Attack can be reflected. Durability value. Oh, that's there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Finally. That took a while. Hey, when did you change my avatar? I just noticed. Where's okay? Is it just magic? No swords. Oh, I'm moving automatically. That's a big no-no when it comes to generating motion sickness. Hi. They don't have faces. Okay, so, I can see the text box fine. It's centered. But I wonder how it actually, like, is it readable on screen, actually? I think it is. Okay. Also, why am I so short? I thought I typed in, like, 170. It was 175, wasn't it? The B and A. As a UI thing, there should probably be an option here to have the text be more closer to the character, because this is throwing me off a bit. I'm not a huge fan of boxes that follow the headset unless it's really necessary. Also, like, I might need to, like, look down to read it, but, like, one's away from me, so, oh, whatever. Oh, what's around your neck? That looks like a card. You have ears.
ルインズメーガスが誇る遺跡ハンター。いえ、魔法使いたちがガーディアンの救う危険な遺跡で日夜探索を続けています。
Why am I so short?
そこから持ち帰った遺物や脅し
And I'm stuck in place.
世界を豊かにする都市のヒーロー。それが魔法使いです。そしてあなたは今日からその一員。一緒に頑張りましょうね。
What is that? Is that a jam dodger? Is that a...
不安も多いと思 ご心配はいりません。最初は
Yeah.
サークル研究機関からサポート要員をつけてもらえることになっていますので、しばらくはその方とタッグを組んで任務に当たっていただきます。もうすぐ来る頃なんですけど。おーい。いらっしゃったみたいですよ。
Oh, I'm just over there now?
はじめまして。君が今日からデビューする魔法使いだね。
Today's your first day as a magus,
私
huh?
研究員のアイリス。私もド新人で、
There's no
実
skip.
は魔法使いのサポートは初めてなんだ。
That's okay.
とにかく遺跡内での遠隔サポートや君が遺跡で取ってきた遺物の研究は任せて。あ、そういえば君の名前を聞いてなかったね。なんて名前なの？
Please enter your name. Oh, that's a nice keyboard. 12 character maximum. That's nice. It's just as much as I expected. Yes.
素敵な名前だね。これも渡しとかないと。
It's a hat.
魔法使いの帽子。これが魔法使いの証。身分証も兼ねるから、これがないと遺跡に入れないし、
Can't
注
drop it.
意してね。
Okay.
あなたを本日よりルーキー魔法使いと認めます。はい、パチパチパチ
The
パチ。
lady?
似合ってる似合ってる。じゃあちょっと形式的なやつ
Is it on
やって
me?
ね。
It's not on me.
遺跡研究機関エニグマ所属現場研究員アイリス。ルーキークラスのサポート任務に伴い、
Line
あなた
break.
のサポートに努め、君が昇級するまでの短い間だけ。それじゃあ初探索出発。
Let's go. Is this over? Oh, that's weird.
.じゃあ遺跡探索行ってみようか。
Oh, that's kind of that potion's in my vision all the time. There's a Tutma. So I think I would like it if I could, like, that cursor. I'm kind of instinctively pointing that like that rather than like that. I'm not really sure how I can how that could even be adjusted in the first place. Like, and personalized. But I guess that's the tricky bit. And I'm dead. Okay.
じゃあ遺跡探索行ってみようか。
Okay, so I have, like, grenades. And I have, like, a lightning spell, a fire spell, and a basic shot. And that consumes my ammunition. Oh, that flash is a bit too strong in my face. And then what's this? So I press trigger to, like, protect. I need to press both trigger and grip to reload. And I think those are limited charges. A charge shot also only consumes one, but otherwise it's infinite. So, VR Mega Man? And I can use this to block or counter. Do I care about blinking? I'm probably not going to care about blinking. Skill switch. Having the instant turnaround, I think I'd like to actually be able to disable that. That's a bit of a weird hand posture. I think having a setting to change the offset of this beam would be important. It shows up a lot in those arcade shooter VR games as well, and probably an additional aim assist of just having a light line there, that would probably help. I mean, I'm getting the hang of it pretty quick, but I'm kind of twisting my wrists in a weird way in order to, like, aim intuitively. Like I'm just holding my hand like that. That's not actually centered in my view. Like, it's a minor thing, but VR also has this physicality element to it that's hard to consider, you know? Also, these are Oculus controllers, and they're not actually using the A and B buttons. Like, the Y button is opening the menu, but that's it. Like, I could probably do something other than use the stick to change this thing, because I'm not actually using any of the buttons. So that could be something to consider for this control input here. Oh, also, hands relative or headset relative control stick movement. Also another thing that shows up in first person shooters. Because at the moment, I'm holding my controller sideways, but I'm actually like pressing to the right in order to move forward. Which takes a little bit getting used to with shield constantly up. Okay, I am actually using the dash. My shield's down a bit. Oh, hello, it's Omochao.
よかった追いついた
Okay.
驚いたこれ私の開発自信作
You have a hologram protector.
改造したガーディアンを遺跡の外から操
I
縦して
remodeled a guardian so
私
that
の
I
立
can
体
control
映
it
像
from
を出して
outside.
るんだ
It does look a little bit like the Guardians from Zelda. I didn't want to say it, but when you're using the term Guardian, okay.
私小さい時から異物いじりとかが好きでさこんな感じのこともできるから期待しててで来たは初
How
探
about we
索
call
どう
it a
だ
day?
よなんだなんだ
Well, I guess I'm not going to get out. Hello. Okay, I can't do that straight away. It's a Medi Guardian. Can I flee?
まずいアイテム逃げ場がない以上
In the area.
気をつけて 気をつけて
I'm not gonna make it, am I? I'm stuck. Down I go. No? Ah. Scripted event, of course.
そこに逃げ込んでどこかに通じてるかも
Let's go, let's go! Okay, I expected to just jump down. Hmm?
ここ、
はい
なんだろう発表され遺跡にはまだまだ謎がたくさん残っててその分道の奥にまず、とにかく帰還しなきゃね上も静かになったし転
How did I get back up above safely?
おかえり初探索はあのエリア称号し今日はタッグを組む人明日からはギルドの任務も受け始めるから気合い入れていこう
And that's the end of the mission. I was kind of skipping the dialogue there. Eliminate count 9 out of 8? Is that a miscount? Did you want to save it? Yeah, okay. So there's more missions then. As a Magi, my first assignment to opening Bruce Bounty. Magic skill Ice Tide. And it just fades to black when I accept it. Okay.
そういえば聞いた一体のガーディせっかくさあ気を取り直して今回こそ今回はこちらをお願いしますそうです
Help with the
なん
shop?
でもなるほどもっとなんていう新人さんお二人まあそうですよね行こう
Now I can walk around. Okay. What's this?
すみません
Hi, hi.
Is that a tortoise? Or an old rabbit? Hmm.
Ho,
Ho ho ho.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, can I press B to skip? Oh, it's a pretty long hold. I'm gonna regret the other step, huh?
お元気ですね。
しかし
なんも任せ。
お元気がよろ。さて魔法使いのお宅様、こちらお願いできますかな。
うんオッケーです。
今ちょいとこの
I'm just reading through the dialogue quickly at this point. Pew pew, I can't do anything. It's pretty linear so far. I guess this just makes me head back, doesn't it? Yeah. So it looks like it's just a series of set pieces. Let's just enter the ruins. No. Is it just collect stuff? I wouldn't mind if it's just that. She keeps eating those jam dodges. Skill switch. I don't really need this refresher. I think I'd like a better reloading method than... You know what, actually, let's exit the dungeon. And the game doesn't pause when I open this. Okay. I think if I do that, it's actually going to be the same game loop. So let's just go back to the title screen. And actually just close this down while I kind of sum up my opinions on this. Options. Oh wait, no, I can just open the menu to close it. Okay. So let's kind of summarize what I thought of that. How long did I take that? Ooh, about 30 minutes of messing around. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I actually thought I took longer. It felt like I actually took longer, but that's actually kind of good. So the fact that I kind of didn't realize how long I was taking, I thought I actually took longer. That's actually a good sign. Like, it meant that I was really immersed into the game. Yeah, that's just an instant, you know, plus for me. I'm just trying to close down my VR stuff while I try to say this. So most of the stuff I commented on regarding the input, I think that's kind of an issue that happens in every VR game. It's like, there's got to be calibration. You've got to consider different controls. You got to consider different zeros and Z forwards for the controls. Because, like, for example, aiming my magic, like, it's something that shows up in a few other games, VR games, where it's like if they can't figure out where the natural forward direction is for your hand, you can just tune it, you know. And that's probably something that this game needs, but those are quality of life input issues, right? That doesn't really talk about the gameplay itself, really about the issues with, like, that's really more of an issue in general about VR input. You know, it's like, what's the most natural way to move around the world? Like some people prefer snap turns, some people prefer continuous. Some people need have trouble seeing where to aim or figuring out how to aim. People straight up have different controllers. Like, for me, I was using Oculus controllers and I wasn't using the buttons other than opening the menu. And so, you know, I think in general this needs a bit more work in that respect, but that's not That's not a deal breaker because that's kind of a recurring issue in lots of VR games. Overall, I'd say that it was pretty fun. Really interesting, unique setting, which I haven't seen in VR yet. It's a JRPG fantasy magic thing, not super complicated magic. There could be a bit more work into like the linearity of it, but it was just the opening level. It's fine. I'm only spending half an hour on this. And I didn't really have any issues with how it visually looked and the gameplay of it. That said, like a lot of the criticism that I think I have for this game is mainly just trying to improve the quality of life, like when regarding input and controls and options. One thing, although, like, if there is one design issue I do have, it's that I think they were being a bit traditional with the way the game was progressing, like when progressing through things, like the whole cycle between the game cycle between going through levels and going through cutscenes. Like what they did there was pretty traditional, and it's one of those things where it's a bit weird in VR because you're immersed, you're in the world. So teleporting around like that in a way that's out of your control, that's not that kind of takes you out of it, and that's kind of a fundamental problem in the storytelling process, which like it's an issue that doesn't really have a easy solution. So I'm happy with what it did, but it's not like amazing, because ideally, it's difficult to figure out. I'm just going to preface that, but ideally, there would, you would be in control the whole time. You wouldn't teleport around. You wouldn't have the camera swing out and do a flyover to show the game logo. And that's pretty difficult to design around. And I don't really fault these guys for failing to do that. It's like the general feeling I got from it is that they were just following the traditional game flow of a regular JRPG. But it was still good, it was still good. But yeah, like a lot of it was a lot of my nitpicks probably just had to be in regards to like tiny little control things. Like that's why at the beginning I prefaced this by saying, okay, I'm in Steam VR, but I'm using an Oculus CV1 with that particular controller, and trying to work with different controllers. Like there are like at least 3 different controller designs for VR, which is an issue. Like you have the Knuckles, you have the Vive, and you have the Oculus, and they have different layouts for all of them. And the Knuckles tries to kind of unify all of it together by having elements of everything, but even then, it's like it's a pretty difficult thing to do. And I don't know how, like this is a demo. I don't know how far through development this is, but that is something that they need to work with, to make sure that every controller is actually used to full effectiveness. Because here it wasn't the case, right? Like I had buttons that were not being used, like the face buttons were not being used aside to open the menu. That was it. So instead, like I was reloading my magic by pressing 2 buttons at the same time, when it could have been something else. And likewise, like there could have been probably a bit more clarity or visual feedback with changing your skills, like clicking into the stick. Maybe it could have been something else. I don't know. but yeah, like the controller just wasn't being used to its full potential. I don't know what they are developing for this for primarily, but yeah, like it was pretty clear that the controls are pretty simple, I want to say, and it just wasn't using the controller to its full potential. How many times have I said that now? That I'm kind of a broken record. That said, I am color me intrigued. I am intrigued, you know, because I just haven't seen this in VR yet. I haven't seen like in some kind of anime video game yet in a VR. I didn't like the cutscene progression of teleporting and fading to white all the time. Like I said, that's kind of like more traditional. It would be nice if they somehow choreographed it better so I didn't need to teleport around all the time. And that's, yeah, I'm a kind of a broken record when I say that that's a challenge for VR, you know? That's one of the unique things about VR. It's like you're in there. Let's not teleport you around, you know? But I'm on the fence on this, but I will put this on my wish list because I'd actually like to keep an eye on it, I think. I also kind of expect a little bit of melee. Like it's kind of just intuitive for you to reach your hands out if you're too close. Like, but it's just, you know, like you just had your shield. Yeah. But yeah, it just. I've tried a lot of other VR games, and it's like this is yeah. Well, actually, no, I haven't really tried a lot of VR games, have I? They don't really give out demos, so nah, I'm wrong when I say that. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'd like to keep an eye on this, but there needs to be a bit more work, I think. I mean, I say it a lot, don't I? For these demos, like it just needs more work. Well, I think that's kind of the case. I think that's what's happening with these demos. It's just, but yeah. Anyway, let's admit that.